In this lesson, we are going to learn about one of the most amazing features of Excel, that is, the Format Cells box. We remember from our previous lessons that we can format text using the font section in the Home tab. An alternative way is to use the Format Cells dialog box, which has a few extra features. Let's format our headings. Let us select all of our headings using Ctrl, Shift and the right arrow key, and then press Ctrl+1. This pops up the Format Cells dialog box. Using the arrow keys, let us move to the Font tab. Now we can select the font size, the font style, underline, the font color, and a few effects. The result of which is previewed in this section. Ticking the normal font box returns the text to the default selection, the basic version without any formats. Now, let me select Arial, Bold, Size 10 and dark blue color and click OK. This would urge you to call me a hypocrite. However, I find it much easier to use the mouse in the Format Cells dialog box rather than using the keyboard. We can see the outline of the cells, which are light grey in color. Those are called grid lines. Some people, myself included, do not like having grid lines on the sheet, and hence I remove them using the command Alt+W+V+G. Let's move on to see how we can fill color in a cell. Let's press Ctrl+1 and go to the Fill section. There are two things to be seen here: Fill Color and the pattern. Fill Color allows us to select the color of the cell. We can either select from the available colors or click on More Colors for exploring the other options. We can preview the result in this section. When you are building an Excel tool for a client, it would be amazing if you use the colors which they use in their logos and on their website. To get those colors, we can use the custom option by either entering the hex number or entering the RGB values. One way to get these color codes is by taking a screen capture using the print screen button, opening Microsoft Paint, pasting the screenshot in Microsoft Paint using Ctrl+V, and using the color picker to click on the required color. Upon clicking the Edit Colors option, we can simply copy the hex number and paste it in our Excel custom color. Fill effects allow us to select an effect for the fill color. Fill effects are almost never used. Cell patterns is a simple feature allowing us to select how we would like to display the cell. Let's say we do not want anyone to edit the data within row 2. Hence, we can create something like this. Let me undo this using Ctrl+Z. Since the font color in the headings is black, we can change it using the formula Alt H F C and then selecting white. Which brings us to the next tab which I want to cover, alignment. Horizontal alignment allows us to select how the text should be displayed horizontally, and same is the case for vertical alignment. Let me select center in both. We can see how this brings the text in the center. Increasing the indent allows us to leave space before the text, which brings it towards the right. We can choose to view the text vertically as well. This is particularly useful for labels of horizontal data. Let us align the student label to bring it to the center. I have two options with me. One is merge the cells, or second, I can choose to align it centrally in the cells that have been selected. We will speak about merging cells further on in the course. We can use borders in Excel to give the data a cleaner look. Usually, we add borders using the shortcut Alt H B A, which adds borders on all sides of the cell. However, if we want to select a customized border, we can click the Border tab on our Format Cells dialog box. Let us select the range where we would want to apply the borders. Ctrl 1 and the Border tab. There are various options for borders, which can be previewed here. We can also choose the color of the border. But the ideal color for a border is black. The selected border styles can be altered by clicking the presets or by clicking on the preview. We will select a thick black border for our headers and press OK. Here are a few examples of what we can do using the customized borders from the Format Cells box. In the next sheet, if I enter a number, it displays in red. However, if I enter a text, it displays in blue. Interesting, isn't it? Let's learn how to create it in the next lesson.